Good afternoon. This is Lucky Links, and after this week, when I started the week by posting a prediction about the coronavirus stuff, I had a lot of people write me, and a lot of people have called me. A lot of people have been scheduling, people have been scheduling their Tibetan astrology charts, and a lot of people have been finding out, just really what's going on in private readings and stuff. And there's another trend that I've noticed, because every once in a while I'll see psychics talking about, they'll be trying to predict what's coming. And people wrote me after I did that video on Monday, and they said, I've been waiting for this. I've been patiently waiting for this. And this time is something that we in the Tibetan Bon have been watching for a very long time. So we're not really surprised by it, A, and B, there are other things we do during this time. So, people are writing me, they're like, are you freaking out? What's going on? And I'm like, well, we do our daily practice. I am swamped with Tibetan astrology charts and with clients, and I'm working with that stuff. And mostly we work with our practice. And times like this are treasures, because they reveal incredible things to us. And I do see a couple of trends out there. I see psychics trying to predict what's coming, and in some cases there's a lot of worry and a lot of freak out. And I see other people telling themselves it's a crisis. I need to be okay with the fact that it's a crisis, and trying to reassure themselves. I'm going to take another tack with this. And it's something that actually is coming into all the readings right now that I am dealing with people and with all the astrology. Generally speaking, no matter what is going on in the world, in Tibetan Bon, we look at whenever there's a situation where there's suffering, there is what we call purification at hand. Something's being purified. And that thing that's being purified is something that's preventing you from being what it is that you're here to be. And in the long run, it's trying to purify something that's causing you suffering. So when we find situations, or when there's a situation, when I'm working with a client and there's a situation where there's struggle or there's suffering, I will look at what's going on with the habits and with the patterns that I'm seeing, and I will ask, what is the habitual pattern? Karma. Read that karma. So what is the habitual pattern? Karma. That is being purified, because once the person stops the habitual pattern that's causing them suffering, the thing that's causing the pain or the suffering will fall off. So for example, let's say we've got a person who smokes, and it's actually smoking is depleting the energy that they're able to take into their body. It's decreasing their lung capacity. It's causing all sorts of problems in their life. That's what is called in Tibetan medicine a lifestyle problem. So the person has the lifestyle problem. It's causing other problems that actually are related to stuff that are going on in the mind. That's a whole other video though. But it starts up here, and then it sort of shows itself in the body. So there's a habitual pattern. It's causing all sorts of problems. They can't take in the energy. They have a shortness of breath. They're not able to take in oxygen. It's causing other problems in the body. And there's suffering that's coming out of it. When they stop the habit, all that stuff that was trying to get them to stop the habit, the suffering, the pain, the stuff in the body that's trying to tell them, look, you're not being good to yourself. Once they stop the habit, the stuff that's trying to cause them suffering to figure it is going to fall off. Now, in some cases, it takes a while to right it, because the lifestyle problem created problems that then have to be fixed. But there's still ways to heal all this. And we realize that when the thing that's causing the problem stops, the habitual pattern, when they let go of the habit, that's when the suffering that comes with the habit falls off. So it's like on a tree. If you guys have ever seen a tree, there's an infected branch that's got parasites. You cut that branch off, the rest of the tree starts to flourish, right? Because the thing that was infected falls off. So what we do here is we look at the habit that's causing the suffering, and if you can figure out the reason for it, once they stop the habit, the suffering stops. So it's not a case anymore, and I think that people are missing this opportunity. What are the habits that are causing the suffering? If you allow the habits to fall off that are causing the suffering, first of all, you start to become who you really are, and obstacles start to fall away, and then you're on the right path. So one of the things that I'm always getting in readings is, and especially over the years, is like, what's my path? Well, where are you suffering? Where you're suffering is where you're not on your path. So if you're chasing some dude or some woman and it's causing a whole lot of suffering, and this is what that whole thing with the twin flame thing. They're getting involved with someone and it's causing tremendous suffering in your life. What are the habits that are being purified there? Well, first of all, you're putting your belief system in people who are telling you that you need to suffer. The whole thing where people are talking about, well, you're going to have this twin flame that's going to cause all pain in your life. Well, you're listening to those people and you're letting these people who don't know what they're talking about manipulate and manage your energy. That's first. Second, you are getting involved in a relationship that for whatever reason is not working for you. Third, you're not seeing the real role that romance is supposed to serve in your life. Everyone thinks that romance is supposed to be the same thing for everyone. It's not. Romance is serving a specific purpose in everyone's life that is different from everyone else's. And that's what we see in Tibetan astrology. We can see what romance, what success, what wealth, what those things are actually serving in that person's life. They're purifying something, or they're bringing them to a certain way towards what their path really is. And if they're not aware of how it works in their life, well, then they're struggling. So when people say, well, what's my path? I go, well, where's the suffering in your life? Because that's telling you where you're off. So if you're spending all your time waiting around for your twin flame and it's causing all this pain in your life, well, the pain is there because there's a habitual pattern, karma, that you're clinging to that's actually causing the suffering. And if you let it go, the pain will go too. So instead of right now people saying, what's coming, what's coming, what's coming, I think a really good shift in perspective for people is, what's causing pain and suffering in my life right now? What's the thing that's actually causing the real pain? Why am I so freaked out about this? What's causing the real pain? Because that thing that's causing the real pain is attached to a habit that if you drop, will allow that other stuff to go away. So it's like if you got a balloon and it's got a weight attached to it and you drop it to the bottom of the ocean, it's going to pull it down. If you untie the balloon from the weight, the balloon's going to go to the surface. What is the weight that you're tying yourself to? And that's the thing that I think people are not taking advantage of at this time. There is an opportunity here to see what the weight is that you're tying your balloon to. And if you can figure that out and untie it, you'll start to go to the surface. I am Lucky Links, as always, wishing you success and good fortune in all that you do. If you would like to get a reading from me and find out what is the habitual pattern, what is the thing, what is the habit you're clinging to, and what it's trying to purify, what the suffering or the pain or the problem, you're struggling, you're beating yourself up against the wall, you're having pain in relationships, you're having pain in this bit. Let's find out what it is. I have actually shifted with a lot of clients now. I've watched clients for many, many years. I've had some clients that I've had for many, many years. And I've helped them the best I could to work through certain situations. And I'm at the point right now where I'm seeing, we're looking at the bigger picture, and I'm starting to tell people, look, we need, all of us now, to look at the bigger picture. And using psychic readings to chase this little desire and that little desire and that little desire. I have an itch. I need the cards to tell me how to get the itch. I got a little desire. It's not going to work. Because once that desire is caught, there's another desire that surfaces. There's another itch that surfaces. You're not figuring out what the source of the itch is. And I think it does the art a disservice. It does astrology, it does the occult arts, and it does really what's really going on a disservice to constantly use these massive tools to chase the tiny little itch. And then once you get that itch, it always is the same thing. They go, well, I got the itch, but now it's not working now. Because, well, you got your wish, but the wish that you made wasn't really the thing that was going to satisfy the bigger urge that was behind all those wishes, which has something to do with why you are here right now at this very unusual time in human history. So, you want to get a reading and you want to talk about this stuff, or you want to take a class in divination, how to read the tarot, how to read playing cards, how to read. I got an advanced playing card starting this week. I'm working with the astrological energies to find the best day to start it here. It's within the next week or week and a half. It's going to be starting. How to read Mexican Loteria, how to scribe with crystal ball or with mirrors. And I've also got 2 in Lenormand, a basic and a grand tableau. If you want to take any of these classes or get a reading with me or get your Tibetan chart done and actually find out why you were here, 779-302-8009 or conjurehope@gmail.com. I do have a big list of people. I got a really big list of people right now. I've also raised the prices of the charts because there is a massive amount of work that goes into these. It is all done by hand. And I was actually getting people getting their charts and they're like, wait a minute, you did all this and this is how much it costs. So I actually raised the price a little bit. And there is a waiting period, but I promise you it's worth it. It is the kind of thing that people are getting them and going, oh my God. So if you'd like to get any of that done, 779-302-8009 or conjurehope@gmail.com. Shift the perspective. It shouldn't be about what's coming. It should be about what's here right now. Where is that source of suffering? Where is that thing that's causing me pain? What's the habit that's being purified right now so that I can untie my balloon and I can start to rise?